I start again where I started the other video about the history about this DNA change. Back in the time of Atlantis, people had the wish to follow their own guidance instead of the guidance of the divine. And the divine said, okay, let's try that, give them the possibility to live their own decisions. What happened afterwards we all experience out of our history books, our daily history. Not that good, having so many wars, so many conflicts, so much lack of divine guidance in our daily life. So again, 2,000 years ago, in the time of Jesus, Jesus asked for a meeting to his earthly and heavenly friends, and we met in southern France, and we decided that in this beginning of Golden Age, we will help the people on earth to find this divine guidance again, and that we will incarnate for that reason. So here we are, beginning of the Golden Age, and introducing new DNA, so we can all have connection to our divine origin, to our soul heaven, to our heavenly friends, and be able to receive guidance. Now, in this year I wanted to go to Hong Kong end of January, and was watching the COVID development, and decided to cancel Hong Kong and only go to Taiwan and Malaysia, because it might have been difficult to return to the States without going to a state quarantine, which I didn't want to go because a week later I had to go to Europe. End of January I was told that there will be 2 million people COVID-19 infected by Easter. So I looked the statistic up today, we have 1.7 something million, which means we will have 2 million on the Easter weekend, tomorrow or latest on Monday. So it was a very precise, divine hint how the COVID virus will develop in this 2.5 months. I'm not a DNA specialist by any means. I'm more the postman who brought it into Earth today. This happened today because we needed this amount of change already in the world to implant the new DNA. I received it 3 weeks ago when I was in Europe, and downloaded it for a couple of days and carried it with me for this time until yesterday, when I was told, okay, it's time to put it into Earth consciousness so that it can spread around Earth today, so that everybody can receive it who is ready to. I did this morning, and it was quite a hard delivery. And I posted a picture afterwards. I probably look 20 years older than I look tonight. I hardly could get off my meditation cushion. It was really quite some energy. And as I'm my favorite test person, I said, okay, I take it all in from Earth consciousness, like you will do in the next month, and see how that affects my system. And I could hardly stand, felt completely weak, and was happy to have the thing. And after wearing it for a couple of minutes, it started to become normal again. I will talk about that later. Now this DNA is a golden structure which is reachable for everybody on this planet at any time. Everybody will reach out as soon as they see this video as soon as they meet anybody had been in contact like all of you, and so on. It will spread much faster than a virus does because it's light energy and it goes with light speed. So prediction is that within 4 months, everybody on Earth will be in contact with this new DNA. And again, it will take quite some time to implant into the system until the physical DNA will change. It doesn't take 10,000 years, but it will take probably a couple of years until it's completely transparent through the whole system. So what it does, it's like a golden chamber covering our human DNA, and in this chamber the DNA rotates. In this rotating energy, our DNA always will hit the chamber and will try to form itself like the chamber is formed in the inside. So we don't have to exchange our DNA to a new one, but it will change its form and then it will serve its purpose. As you start now watching this and already are in contact with this new DNA, it will start very, very slowly. So you don't fall off the chair tonight, probably. The speed of development is different in everybody. So people who are already in a spiritual development, who have trained their chakras, who are active receiving, actively changing, they will have a faster development than those who have no idea about that. Anyway, they will go there. Everybody will, but it will take longer times. For those of you already spiritual educated, it will probably take, again, 3 to 4 months until it reaches the chakra level, where the chakra will stop their movement as they do today. They become slower and slower and slower over the next months. So you might feel a little more tired, but the chakras learn how to react with this new DNA because chakra are our level of manifestation. So no hurry, take your time, don't push it too hard, don't be stupid as I am. Give yourself time to change. And for people who have no idea that there is anything like new DNA, there is anything like Golden Age, it might take years. But, well, even years is nothing compared to a regular 10,000 year DNA cycle. So we thought about how we can make it less interesting for the COVID-19 virus to spread through the whole population. And well, as we might not think, a virus has a kind of consciousness itself. And it follows a kind of law of attraction. So there are viruses, they are attracted to birds, other viruses are attracted to animals, other viruses to plants, others to humans. This COVID-19 is not so much interested in your dog, or in the birds, or in the pigs, or in the whatever animals, or plants. It's interested in the human body. So I was given this mantra, and this mantra gives the information to us. We are not interested in the virus because we have this DNA to do our conscious development. And so if we bring it in contact to people who are infected, the virus will learn pretty quickly, oh, humans are no longer interested in me. The law of attraction sets in, and it will be less interested in infecting more and more people. So as we start to repeat the mantra, we can do it all day long. We will see that it already changes our point of view and changes the point of view within the virus too. So hopefully we will receive a lower infection rate within the next month, and hopefully have less restrictions by end of May. By end of May already, maybe 1/3 of world population will be in contact with the new DNA, and again, less interest in virus. So probably you have, wherever you live on this planet, people in your surroundings, in the hospitals, who are infected. Go with this mantra during your meditation to the people. Expand it there. It helps them to recover. In contacting them by the mantra, you contact them at the same time with the new DNA, so they receive the new DNA, less reason to die. Of course, there will still people dying, and this is the only statistic which probably is true in medicine. We all will die one day, but the need to die by this virus becomes less as we develop ourselves. Of course, it's a learning step. It's a learning step which is probably the biggest learning step in human history. We have to learn to follow the divine again. We have to learn to open up all our chakras, to listen to the divine. We have to learn that we are independent, divine beings who create their own life. This is pretty different to what we do today. Today, we're interconnecting with each other. We are dependent on others. But this is just an idea which is in our mind. In our true self, we are independent of divine origin, so we can change as soon as we are ready to open up for the divine guidance again. For those who didn't see the small video about the virus and have no idea what I'm talking about, the mantra is called Pashandrup, Pashandrup, Pashandrup. And you can repeat it in loud or still as a meditation all day long or whenever you think of it, and it already changes, if you use it, how you see the world. You will get a different impression of reacting with the world. Colors will change. You will hear less noisy information. You filter more information, which is not helping you. So it's already making life more peaceful, more quiet. It has nothing originally to do with the DNA, but using it, the side of the DNA helps to change the view in some aspects. So this light vibration of the Pashandrup virus is absorbed by the virus itself, by the virus consciousness on the virus level. Our learning step will be on all our bodies, and some of our bodies are easy to change, like our astral body, which is not that permanent. Our physical body takes longer, but everybody has to do its change. On the physical body, this is the DNA level, which will already be in all human beings which will be born next year. They already receive it from their parents. Children who are now already born, they have to do the same path of development like adults have to do. Of course, for children it's easier because they are already in the stage of learning their world. So they will have less resistance in learning the good stuff and giving up the bad stuff, because the good stuff is what they learn now first. And our emotional level, we will start to recognize ourselves as the creator of our emotional body. So far we always say, oh yeah, I feel good because somebody had been nice to me. I feel bad, somebody was bad to me. We are dependent on what our surroundings offers us. Oh, we are so loved, we feel good, or we're so hated, we feel so bad whatsoever. In this development with the New DNA, we will learn that we have all produced it ourselves. All the traumas we experience in this life and many other lives, and which now starts to pop up in our consciousness, we will learn that these are all happened through our own wish. It was our own wish to be traumatized, to take a learning step. As they pop to the surface now again, oh, we desperate looking, oh, who had been bad to me? Oh, why I feel traumatized again? Oh, why it's so bad in this life? So all the old aspects who have to leave our system, first knock at the door, hey, remember me, I'm still here. And we're looking in our daily life and project our feelings to people in our surroundings who had been not the giver of this traumata. We have been the giver ourselves. And as soon as we start with the implanting of the DNA, we will check every trauma. Yeah, this has been me, this has been me, this has been me, this has been me. I am responsible for my emotional body and nobody else's. I am responsible for me being happy. So all our emotions today are chained to each other. They are chain reactions. Traumata from many lives, traumata from this life, good and bad experience, which forge us. Oh, I'm in love with somebody. Oh, then I divorce. Oh, now I hate this someone. So love and hate and whatever emotion is connected to another chain, to another chain, to another chain. And it's as these chains will loosen up and leave us completely, emotions become free. We get the feeling of being free again and going back into the stage of emotional health, where every emotion is important, every emotion has its own space in our body, every emotion can interact with ourselves and help us in creating our world. As the chains are gone, we have so much more space in our emotional body that our causal body, which has all our potentials, our information we want to bring into this life, can now bring it through the emotional body to our astral body, to our daily existence, as there is space to travel through. Up to now, it's very hard because we are so closed up, chained in our emotion, that most of us, not even feel that there is a causal body. They have no connection to their reason, their mission in this life. They are just lost between the emotional chains and always need help. Oh yeah, I'm here for a reason, I know, but I have no idea, I can't grasp it. As soon as these chains are gone, everybody, and I mean everybody, will have a feeling of the causal body. Everybody will have a clearer feeling which potential is in this life and what is the mission you brought into your life. So the emotional body, which is more or less paralyzed by now, will be refreshed, will be free, and will be vivid again. Emotions are not small, dumb, grey, because they're connected to so many other things. They will be colorful, they will be vivid, they will be full of life, full of joy, full of guidance, and full of self-responsibility. The other aspect is that we have a lot of healing powers, and healing powers which are part of our origin, our soul family, which today hardly can reach us, because, again, they can't travel through our emotions. Our emotions are blocking healing. No, I can't heal now, I have first to solve this trauma, I have to release, I have to go to therapy. I can't do healing right now, but because when I heal, I might forget that I'm traumatized. So as we now learn that we choose all this trauma to ourselves for a reason at that time and don't need them anymore, we are ready to receive a new form of healing by ourselves. Our causal body can pass the information how our physical body is thought of being healthy through the emotional body, through the astral body, into the physical body. We can start to heal by remembering who we are. When we know who we are, we have not the reason to become sick, to get cancer, to get infection, to get whatever, to remind us that we lost ourselves. As soon as we find ourselves, we are no longer lost. We have a quick response to all the information we brought to this incarnation, and we can heal much faster. So at least that is a pretty bright future. Maybe not so much for some of the industries, but for ourselves. Yeah? Of course, we still will be sick, and of course one day we will die, but we don't need the suffering to learn. We don't need suffering to remember who we are. We have our light DNA structure remembering us all day long, all night long about our origin. So as we open up our emotional body to our causal body, all the things stored in the causal body we brought into this incarnation for living ourselves can now flow into our life. So the storage in the causal body gets more and more empty. And this again gives space for our hypercausal body, which is connected to our soul family, which is connected to our heaven, to the divine knowledge. And as the causal body gives space, because it could deliver its message to our life, the hypercausal body will start to refill our causal body with new information. It will restore our divine knowledge, and we can download so much knowledge so much faster than before, and we will receive the knowledge we need to make this change on earth happen. So it's all connected. Yeah? Our body becomes ready to receive a higher level of energy. Our astral body can transport between emotional body and body this information. Our emotional body empties itself, becomes free and vivid. Our causal body can pass information through the emotional astral body into our daily life. And our divine origin, our soul family, can feed us new knowledge, new wisdom, new perspectives for life into our causal body, because now we give space. Now we are free. Now there's everything available. So this is a pretty bright future. It's quite some work going there. Anyway, it's worth going there. And even if you think, no, I don't go there, sorry, too late. People who are dying right now, mostly not dying because they don't want to go there, but because they want to incarnate already with this new DNA. So they will be back soon. And as we start to recognize ourselves more, we, of course, will recognize our soon incarnating friends and family members much more easier, because our capability of see our origin includes seeing the origin of others. So, oh yeah, you're back, hey, great. You brought fresh knowledge from Earth, and we prepared this Earth for you that it's worth living in. You are now all in possession of this DNA. It's already entered yourself. Nothing to do. You probably already feel first sensations. For me, it was quite strange beginning in my hands. I always have an energy flow in hands. I always have warm hands. But it was different after accepting this DNA from myself today. It was like thousands of microtubes opened up in the hands, and the energy flow became so much stronger. So if you already feel any sensations, type them in, share them. I'm going to show you this thingy. I posted it on my page. So many already did bulk orders from Taiwan, from Greece, from Switzerland. Thank you for that. Probably it's early enough if they reach you in May or even in June. I think the chakran standstill will be away a couple of weeks at least, for most a couple of months. So by then you have got this thingy. And I'm not so much a fan of technical help. But Zamor from Lila Labs came to me 2 weeks ago and said, if we have this enormous change in our system, can you think of giving some help? So yeah, sure, I'm happy to help. And some of you know me for quite some time, know that I'm always reachable, but if you want to have your personal assistance, guidance, I'm not on the most cheap side. And so we are thinking of something which is affordable. The thing is $200. I think everybody can afford it. I said, okay, I'm not sure if I want to do something like that. Let's test this first. So luckily we had Sonia here, we have Data here, and Crew and Zamor. And we made this first one. Now it's mine, I already have one. And I told them, okay, let's test your chakra with muscle test. Most of you already heard of muscle test. Everybody can do that at home. If you have a second person there, you can try it today, later on, if you like. Put your left hand on every single chakra and test the muscle tonus. So you feel how strong the muscle tonus is now. Then you take a minute, connect your DNA when it reaches the chakra level in a couple of weeks. Okay? Then test again. For test persons, they had no muscle tonus at all. So I gave them my capsule. They took it on their body for a minute or so, gave it back to me, and we tested again. And the muscle tonus was stronger than in the beginning. Chakras easily reacted and restored their energy to their maximum level. Well, after testing, it's okay, let's do 2,000, see if anybody of you likes it. If you haven't ordered yet, take a friend, do the muscle test, see if you need it. If you don't need it, okay, and if you need it, it's available. We see that there are more people ordering than we have. We will manufacture some more, of course. For me, as I did the intake of the DNA completely this morning, and I hardly could get up off my meditation cushion, could hardly stand. I took this thing, so I really now the whole day long, and I'm feeling fresh and powerful and not as dizzy and no muscle tonus as I did this morning. For me, it's good. I'm happy that I have it. So look for yourself. If you feel it's helpful, okay. If you say, okay, I don't need it, I call Agni and let me help through every step, and we, of course, can do that. I'm always happy to be for you and give you guidance and consultance and help you to restore energy levels anytime. So this is an easy, daily way. How does it work? I can tell you how I did it. So I took a glass of water and I energized it with the new DNA structure. This information was then burned in little titanium balls, which are in here, you can hear it. And they are surrounded by an aluminium body, so they're protected against outside information. They will last a couple of 100 years. So I don't know, probably in a couple of 100 years you don't need it anymore. We are so used to the new DNA. But it will accompany you for the time you need it, and as other peoples are slower than you are, and when you feel, okay, your chakras are through, I don't need it anymore, you have enough people in your surroundings, pass it on, sell it, give it away as a gift, whatever, help them to enjoy the easiness of the thing. Energy rises, and that's one thing I wanted to talk about. It's a fire element. The fire element will be super dominant in the next 6 months. So we will be all a little more on the fire side. On one hand, it helps the immune system. On the other hand, it's a change within the elements cycles. I will talk about it maybe in a month or two or so. And the element system will change their flow a little bit as our DNA changes. And the dominant fire element is now preparing that change. So if you feel a little more fiery, no worries. It's the time this year where fire element increases. So you might feel it in your working, sleeping places as well. So maybe you have to change a little feng shui in your area to don't have too much fire under your bed or something. Fire in the kitchen is always good. I think that's most of it for today. Nothing to try. There's no try. It's only to receive, and you already received. I would be happy if you write some comments the next days, next month, when you feel the change on the different bodies, when you feel the change in your chakras. Don't be shy, share it with us. We all learn from each other. Help the others following you to be not worried about what you have experienced and went through and received the better you. Everybody wants to receive the better herself and himself. So give more guidance to the people by sharing your knowledge, by sharing what you're gaining now, by sharing the transformational changes you experience in these days. Let's help each other and share and share. Of course, I will give guidance in every Saturday week post. Of course, I will read your commands and probably can grasp what will be the main change in the coming week. So I always give you a little help and hand to work through it. So you're not alone in that. I'm with you. We are all with each other. Let's extend our love a little more to each other, or help a little more, be a little more heartful, and empty our emotional body as soon as possible, that our wisdom and our knowledge can find our mission, so change becomes as smooth as possible. Thank you so much for joining. You can share it if you like. Any person you meet online or in person these days, or you take contact in your meditation, so even if they're not close in your proximity, they will adopt the new DNA, and it will start in them as soon as they have contact to anybody of you. So now you are the ambassadors of the new DNA, and the ones who receive it next will be ambassadors too, and in a short period of time everybody has a chance to download it from Earth consciousness and to implant it within the next month and years into their daily life. I'm so happy that we are all part at this time together, that we already found a community of supporters, and that we can develop our Earth to the most beautiful place for people who are in contact with their divine origin. See you soon again. If there's anything coming up the next weeks, of course I will do a free live video again. I will inform you in time so you can join if you like. Love to you, happy Easter, enjoy your change. I do it very much myself. Bye bye now, love you.